welcome back to my crochet corner. In today's video I had like a fun idea. So like on my TikTok live, a lot of people have been asking me like, Haley, like what was your first plushie? Like, Haley, can you show us what your first plushie is? So I decided in today's video I'm gonna be recreating my first ever crochet plushies. So with that being said, they're not looking too hot. So also, before I show, a lot of people like, Haley, these are not that bad. But just keep in mind that when I first started crochet, I started doing crochet bags. So I already knew all the stitches. I knew basically everything there was to crochet for crochet bags. So when I moved over to like amigurumi and doing plushies, it was easier for me to pick up just because I already knew all the stitches. So you guys are like, Haley, these don't look terrible. It's because I technically knew how to crochet. I've never made plushies before. So it was definitely new territory, you know? So my first ever plushie, me. No experience about plushies. I knew nothing. So I went to Joann's to get some yarn, right? And me, I'm going through all the yarn. I'm looking at all the prices. And me, I'm used to buying acrylic yarn. Acrylic yarn is like $3, $4, $5, right? So when I went to Burnett, I saw like Burnett was like $11.99, and I was like, there's no way. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna pay $11.99 and get multiple colors to make a plushie. In my head, I was just like, no. So I kept looking, and then I came across the big plush section, and it was on sale for $7.99, and I was like, you know what? We can do this. And in my mind, I wanted to make a turtle, so I saw the sage green that Big Plush had, and I was like, this is it. So I grabbed that, and then I had this Burnett blanket. It just like normal Burnett blanket, like variegated. I had it for a while when I was trying to like hand knit a crochet bag, so I already had a second color. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get this green. This green is perfect for a turtle. So the green I got was Big Plush, and then at home I had a Burnett baby blanket variegated. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to use these two colors. It's going to be cute for a turtle, and we're going to see, right? Right. Here's my turtle. This is my turtle. I just went on YouTube and I searched up crochet turtle plushie. Me as a beginner, I had no idea that turtles were just not beginner friendly. I just like really wanted to make a turtle, and I went for it. It took me about 3 hours to make this. I decided that I wanted to do this at 11 p.m. So I didn't finish this turtle until like 2 a.m. I literally went into crackhead hours making this turtle. But here it is. I'll give you guys the close-up. So that's the side. Here's the head. The head is a little bit crooked, as you can see. Here's the other side. Here's the top of the shell. And then here's where it gets a little scary when I show you the bottom. So, this is my turtle. Overall, the green parts are a little questionable, but overall the shell was pretty good. So, me as a beginner, I didn't know anything about blanket yarns. I didn't know they were different, whatever. But if you guys know, if you guys crochet, you guys know that Big Twist plush. You guys know it's a lot thicker than Burnett. Not by a lot, but it is like significantly like thicker, and it feels different while crocheting. So me, I'm like, this is amazing. I'm doing so good because I started off with the shell. The shell is Burnett, which is obviously smaller and thinner than Big Twist plush. So I was like, this is so easy. Like, we're going so good. I did the shell. It was a little bit tricky because it did have it's variegated, so the colors changed. So I do remember it was just it was a little bit tricky trying to get this done, right? And I'm like, I'm doing so good. This is so great. And then I remember transitioning to the Big Twist plush, and I was like, why did I do this? Like, why? Like, what is going on? Like, I didn't understand. But I remember I could not see my stitches at all with the Big Twist plush. Like, I could not, like, I was crocheting blind. I was the blind doing this turtle. Like, when I was doing the Burnett, I was like kind of blind because like it was like variegated and it was like a little bit difficult to see, but I could see. Green, I was blind. I was straight blind. So my stitch count for everything is probably totally off. If you guys look, all the legs, keep in mind, all the legs are supposed to be the same. They're all different. I don't know what happened. He has like thumbs. Like, I think this is like a part of the magic ring that was like loose. But like, he literally has like thumbs on the front. And then his two back legs, like, I don't know what happened. And then he has a tail. But this is the first one. This is my turtle. This is the first ever plushie I ever made, right? So then after I did this turtle, I gave up. I gave up with making plushies. I was like, I'm not doing this again. I hated every second of it. I did not like this. It was terrible. So then maybe 2 weeks later, I was like, you know what, Haley? Let's give it a second try. Like, I still had eyes left over. I still had polyfill. You know, I had the yarn. I was like, you know what? 2 weeks later, I was like, let's try this again. Let's try it again, right? So I made some octos. And I remember this pattern was from Crochet by Jenna, and this is when I first found Crochet by Jenna because I tried her YouTube tutorial for her octopus pattern. So we made the octopus, right? Here it is. I gave this one to my little cousin to play with when she came here, and she ripped out the eyes. So it doesn't have any eyes, but you guys can see there's something terribly wrong, right? So I made it with the Burnett because that one was easy to work with, right? Here it is, right? So then I was like, you know what? Let's try it again with the Big Twist plush. So we went again and we tried it again. And here is where I was very confused because my octopus did not look like hers. If I remember, I'll put a photo on the screen so you guys can see what this is supposed to look like. This looks like a glob. It's kind of giving like blobfish. Like, I don't know. Right? And here, I'm just like, I follow the tutorial. Like, I swear I followed the tutorial. Whatever. But I'm like, this is not looking right. I gave up again because I'm like, this does not look like an octopus. Like, it looks like an octopus, but not the octopus it's supposed to look like. Right? So then, maybe 2 weeks later again, I was like, you know what? We're going to try this again. Like, it's an octopus, Haley. Like, it cannot be that difficult. So, I decided to do it again. And I don't know which, I'm pretty sure this isn't the next one I did, but then this is when I finally got the octopus down. And this is what it was actually supposed to look like. So, once I tried these yarns, I was like, these big yarns are hard, so I went to Dollar Tree and I got the chenille that Dollar Tree has from Premier, and that was my yarn. I was obsessed with that yarn. I only crocheted plushies with that yarn. So this is when I finally got the pattern down, but you can still see there's like major holes, and it's definitely understuffed also, and I don't know why I gave it such tiny eyes, but like, I don't mind it. But we transformed from this to this, but I feel like I could still make this better, you know? So first up, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna redo this turtle, and we're gonna remake it with my skills now. You guys can see some examples of my skills in the back. But yeah, we're gonna redo this turtle and hopefully do his head straight because his head is crooked. Anyways, and then we're gonna redo the turtles. So let me explain to you guys how I went from this to this. When I went back and I was rewatching the video, apparently I watched it wrong. So you know how like in crochet patterns, it'll be like when you get to like a specific round, it'll be like rounds like 12 through 15, right? Obviously that's what, 3 rounds? 12, 13, 14, 4 rounds, right? 4 rounds, right? So me as like a beginner, I didn't read it as like 12-15. I just read it as like 12-13 because I wasn't paying attention. So these guys, their bodies are short, and that's why they look like this. And when I finally realized that, that's when we got the actual product. So that's a little bit on how I started off doing plushies, as you guys see. A lot of you guys were asking, Haley, what were they looking like in the beginning? They were looking like this. They were looking like this, and a little bit like this too. So we're gonna start off with the turtle because I'm most excited to redo that turtle because I've never ever done that turtle pattern again. And I've never done, I did the octopus one a few times, but that was like probably back in October of last year, the last time I did the octopus pattern. So these two patterns, I have not done them basically since I did them when I first started. So I think it's gonna be fun to like redo them now, like not a year later, but like many months later. So this will be fun. So let's get into making the turtle first. Okay, so step one is finding the YouTube video. I know for a fact that it was a YouTube video, so crochet turtle plushie. Let's see, because I don't know who the oh, it was the, wow, it was the first video. So it's by the Mary J, and it is the beginner crochet turtle tutorial, step-by-step tutorial on how to crochet a simple turtle for beginners. Okay.
There's nothing more powerful than you.
Okay. Okay, so I also, whoa. Okay. I selected my colors, so we're gonna do the body of the turtle, this like aqua color, and we're gonna do the shell, this variegated one. So these are both Bernette Blanket, because I do not buy Big Twist Plush, just because I don't really like crocheting with it. I don't buy that yarn. Now I know, you know. But we're gonna start off. Ooh, we're starting off with the shell. So let's make this turtle. Okay, so I went and we have the shell slash bottom of the body complete. So this is what it's looking like. It's definitely a lot small. Well, it's not a lot smaller, but it's definitely smaller just because my tension here was kind of loose. But here's the shell. It's really pretty. Look at that. And then boom. Oops. Okay, so now we have to do the head next. Okay, we're closing up the, I like left the video behind. Like I already could tell what steps were coming up next. So I kind of like ditched the video. So now we're going to make the head. So we're back and we have the head and all the limbs and the tail. So all that's left now is to sew everything together. Okay, turtle is now finished. Look at this transformation of a turtle. Look at that. I'm gonna do comparisons at the very end so that we can compare everything side by side. But the turtle is done. It's actually super cute. And now we're gonna move on and do the octopus. So let's find it. I know it's by Crochet by Jenna. Let's see. Crochet octopus tutorial. I almost searched pattern, but we're not looking for a pattern, Haley. We were looking for, found it. It is the Crochet Mini Octopus No Sew Tutorial by Crochet by Jenna. Okay. And, ooh, I need to pick a color. Ooh, we're gonna do this one. Alright, so let's get into the octopus. Okay, so everything is done. I remade my first ever plushies. So we're gonna first start off with the turtles. So side by side comparison. I don't remember what size hook I used. There's a really good chance I might have used a 5mm hook, but I don't remember what size hook I used. But here are the turtles side by side. They honestly kind of don't look like the same pattern. I don't know, but look at that. Just look at that difference. Just, you can see the improvement. So this one, I don't know why his limbs are so long. Like maybe I didn't know how to count the rows and I did extra rows. And they're all different shapes. And I guess when I first started amigurumi, like I learned how to do the magic, I knew how to do the magic ring from making crochet bags. But I think when it came to doing it with blanket yarn, I like, you know, like when you do a magic ring, there's that one stitch that's always loose, like in the round. I guess I didn't know how to tighten it back then. So that you can see like that stitch in the magic ring, it literally hangs out of every single piece. You have it on the tail here, it literally hangs out. So it doesn't look like he has thumbs because of that, but the little piece of the magic ring is really sticking out of every single part. But yeah, even on the top of the shell right there, it's like sticking out. But guys, look at my new and improved turtle. I think he looks really cute. Look at that, guys. So much better. Like, and it definitely did not take me 3 hours to make it either. It didn't take that long. I would probably say, I don't know, maybe like 45-50 minutes. It was honestly a really quick make just because the longest part was the shell, but all the other, even though it's like a lot of sewing, it has a lot of pieces, all the pieces are really small. Like each arm and leg literally took like 2 minutes to make, or like a minute, 1 to 2 minutes each to make. The head took about maybe like 3 minutes. And then, so it was a pretty quick project. First time I made it, it took me like about 3 hours to make this. And guys, the head is straight. It's not crooked. It's But guys, there's my turtle. I'm actually so happy. It came out a lot smaller. Even though I used a 7mm, my tension has just gotten a lot better. It's a lot tighter and it just looks so much better. This one, I really think I used like a 5 or like a 5.75 on this one. But there's the turtles, guys. Now let's move on to the octos. So, now that I'm like redoing the octo, I'm very concerned about how I did it the first time. Because this is the brunette one. Look at how tiny. Even though, yes, I did miss the rounds on the body, but overall, I think I missed a step too because, wait, let me see. Yeah, I don't know what went wrong or where went wrong, but this was so not the pattern, right? So this is what they came out to look like, right? This is brunette, this is Big Twist Plush. This is the one I just finished making. It's literally massive. I don't know how I messed it up that bad in the beginning. These nowhere look like the same pattern. Like, even though, yes, I did miss the 6 rounds on the body, I did 2 instead of 6 because apparently I didn't know how to read correctly. But still, like, I think I'm missing like an increased round or a few increased rounds on the top. But look at that. Okay, so now let me compare it with the chenille one. So look at those side by side. And then let's flip. Look at that there. Yeah, because for this, I'm also pretty sure I used like a 5 or like a 5.25 or something. I definitely used 5mm back then for doing plushies, but look at this side-by-side comparison. This came out a lot bigger than I expected it to come out. I thought it was going to come out maybe like a little bit bigger than this, but it's literally huge. But guys, there's the octos. Hold on, let me line up 3 so you can see the 3 stages of where we're at. Look at that. And this one is from Crochet by Jenna. Look at that. I'll link the video tutorials down below if you guys do want to check them out. But guys, I can definitely say, so I started doing plushies, I think I first learned, when I was first learning, it was in August when I first did that turtle. That was in August. And then I quit so many times. So when I officially started doing amigurumi and like plushies, it was October. It was like late September, October when I really started getting into it. So I technically started in August, but I quit so many times. I like officially started like the end of like September, early October is when I like finally I got into it, and I bought like Halloween patterns, and that's what I was doing. And then I would say by November it started my techniques were getting better and everything. Like I even started doing markets. My first like official market was in November. Like I don't know how I got good that quick. Like I wasn't super good back then, but I was decent enough to where I felt like I could sell my things. So there's a little backstory. So this is of last year, so 2023. So I officially started doing plushies in like September, October of 2023, and now it's obviously what, June. So I've been doing it for quite a bit of time now. As you guys can see, the progress. Look at that. I'm just like, wow, like it definitely, when people always like are on my live like, Haley, like how did you get like better, like how did you get good, it's honestly like, it's like the most basic and simple answer, but it's practice. Like I cannot highly emphasize just practicing. Like that's how you're gonna get better. That's how you're gonna learn different techniques. That's how you're gonna adjust your attention, or whatever the case is. Like practice is honestly gonna get you there. And people are like, yeah, like I've been practicing. Just keep on practicing. Like I'm telling you, I did not get where I am today without practicing. Like if you guys seen my plushies from the beginning, I will insert pictures so you guys can see how rough they were looking in the beginning. But now you guys see some things in the back, but now I literally full on can pretty much crochet anything, and it's just exciting now because of all the new patterns that are coming out. So there's always something new to try. There's always something new to try, different color combinations. There's just always something. So honestly, with every pattern that comes out, there's new techniques or new, like a new stitch that I didn't do before. So it's honestly, when it comes to the end of the day and you want to get better, you want to learn, it's just practice. It's getting your materials, having access and finding resources, either if it's like patterns or videos or like video tutorials or patterns. It's just getting your materials, getting your resources, and just practicing. So it's a lot of time and a lot of patience, but time and patience, resources and materials will get you very far in the long run. So just keep that in mind. If you guys are learning how to crochet, or if you just started and you're trying to improve your technique, just practice. Try patterns that, obviously when you first start off, you want to start with patterns that are like low sew, no sew, like all of that, and you want to do like simple things. Like I always recommend like an octopus, just because it's fairly small, it doesn't have sewing, and you get to practice like a few stitches, but nothing crazy, you know. And then like I will recommend like a bead, just because, you know, you can practice some color changes, you can practice sewing on the wings and just things like that. And if you're good with that, maybe try things that are a little bit more challenging, like sew pieces, like maybe like a cow or a turtle, and just expanding your crochet knowledge and expanding different techniques. And that's honestly how you're gonna get better. So here, like guys, that's how you're gonna get better. Like I cannot emphasize, this is me in the beginning, and then this is me now. This was me in the beginning, and this is me now. And it's just been months and months and months of practicing, guys. So with that being said, if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you can get notified for when I post videos or go live here on YouTube. But yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. So have a great rest of your day and bye everyone.